And welcome back to the Big BR show. That's 428 Chase on YouTube. So we're in, well, as you can see behind me, we have Las Vegas because that is the location of the Super Bowl this year, Super Bowl 58, as the San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And like I said, we're because it is Super Bowl Sunday. It's all about football. So I think it's only appropriate to have George Carlin come in and tell us a little bit about football versus baseball. Let's check it out.
I'd like to talk a little bit about baseball and football. Starting with baseball. Baseball is different from any other sport in a lot of different little ways. For instance, in most sports, you score points or you score goals. In baseball, you score runs. In most sports, the ball or the object is put in play by the offensive team. In baseball, the defense puts the ball in play, and only the defensive team is allowed to touch the ball. In fact, in baseball, if an offensive player touches the ball intentionally, he's out. Also, most sports, the team is run by a coach. In baseball, the team is run by a manager. And only in baseball does the manager or the coach have to wear the same uniform the players do. Can you picture Bill Parcells in his New York Giants uniform? Now, baseball and football are different from one another in other kind of interesting ways, I think. First of all, baseball is a 19th century pastoral game. Football is a 20th century technological struggle. Baseball is played on a diamond, in a park, the baseball park. Football is played on a gridiron in a stadium, sometimes called Soldier Field or War Memorial Stadium. Baseball begins in the spring, the season of new life. Football begins in the fall when everything is dying. In football, you wear a helmet. In baseball, you wear a cap. Football is concerned with downs. What down is it? Baseball is concerned with ups. Who's up? Are you up? I'm not up. He's up. In football, the specialist comes in to kick. In baseball, the specialist comes in to relieve someone. In football, you receive a penalty. In baseball, you make an error. Whoops. Football has hitting, clipping, spearing, blocking, piling on, late hitting, unnecessary roughness, and personal fouls. Baseball has the sacrifice. Football is played in any kind of weather. Rain, sleet, snow, hail, mud. Can't read the numbers on the field, can't read the yard markers, can't read the players' numbers. The struggle will continue. In baseball, if it rains, we don't come out to play. I can't come out to play. It's raining out. Baseball has a 7th inning stretch. Football has the 2-minute warning. Baseball has no time limit. We don't know when it's going to end. We might have extra innings. Football is rigidly timed, and it will end even if we have to go to sudden death. In baseball, during the game in the stands, there's kind of a picnic feeling. Emotions may run high or low, but there's not that much unpleasantness. In football, in the stands during the game, you can be sure that at least 27 times you are perfectly capable of taking the life of a fellow human being. Preferably a stranger. And finally, the objectives of the two games are totally different. In football, the object is for the quarterback, otherwise known as the field general, to be on target with his aerial assault, riddling the defense by hitting his receivers with deadly accuracy, in spite of the blitz, even if he has to use the shotgun. With short bullet passes and long bombs, he marches his troops into enemy territory, balancing this aerial assault with a sustained ground attack which punches holes in the forward wall of the enemy's defensive line. In baseball, the object is to go home and to be safe. I hope I'll be safe at home. Safe at home.
And welcome back to my channel. And that, once again, that was George Carlin with baseball versus football. Now, this was, well, put it this way, that's been released. Well, there's different versions of this. They're all pretty close to the same, but I think this is the longest one. But I think the first time I heard it was from his album released in 1975, and that was released in 1975 on his album titled An Evening with Wally Londo, featuring Bill Slazzo. And again, that was in 1975. And then also he released it with George Carlin on Campus. That was released in 1984. And then I believe this version was released in 1990. So, but pretty good, pretty funny. Myself, that's basically how I probably feel about the two sports. I don't watch baseball at all anymore. If I imagine if the Cleveland Indians / Commanders or whatever they're called now. I don't. That's how much I follow baseball. I can't even remember Cleveland Indians changing their name. But I don't watch baseball. But if the Cleveland team was in the World Series, I might watch a few innings of it, or maybe a game or two. But for the most part, I'm not a big baseball fan. But at any rate, yeah, so once again, this is Super Bowl Sunday, and that's why I felt that it would be appropriate for some little comedy mixed with the event. And so, if you liked the Carlin bit, please like and subscribe, of course. But put in your comments. Are you a baseball fan? You a football fan? You both? And but like I said, I'm strictly football, pro football, and of course some college football. I love my Buckeyes. But at any rate, y'all have a nice Super Bowl Sunday. I hope your team, if your team is in it, and you can put that in the comments too. Which team is which one is your team? The San Francisco 49ers or the Kansas City Chiefs? At any rate, y'all have a good Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm out. I gotta get myself ready so I can go watch the game somewhere. Not sure where yet, but I might go to my regular bar, but I might go somewhere else. But have a good one.